Welcome back to Daily DeFi. Today's April 30th of 2021, Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. It's crazy how fast this month is gone. Already April is over. Today we'll be covering Coti, Mdex, Venus, XVS, all altcoins in the DeFi space that are killing it on the daily time frame. Also, a summit from some of the top people in the cryptocurrency space. You're talking about Edward Snowden, one of the best people as far as privacy goes, an OG just in general, not even in crypto. And then you have people like, let's see, from Binance, from Coinbase. We'll be talking about that here in a second. And then also some news from Tether that kind of brings a little bit more assurance to their stablecoin, which I like to see. Even though I typically default to USDC just because of the Tether FUD, I kind of opted out of it. But I'm glad to see that there is some assurance in their backing. So anyways, kicking off with DeFi Pulse and juicy NFTs, we see the total value locked in DeFi hitting new all-time highs yet again, barely creeping above this past all-time high right around 64. If you can see it right here, 64.54. We're up about $1 billion. So 65.61. Craziness. Maker dominance has fallen 15.35%, while DeFi Pulse Index is just a bit sideways and down at 518.91. So that's good to see. When you're looking at just the top DeFi coins, again, you see this kind of race in between Maker, Compound, Aave, and Uniswap. I would like to see Uniswap push above Aave and really some competition between here because it's just been a battle between Maker and Compound. I'd like to see kind of one of those in the third or the fourth position really push up there. So, and who knows, maybe with Uniswap V2 it will push past Aave and maybe it might even push past Compound. So NFT daily volume, $2 million down about 21%. Let's see, I'm assuming CryptoPunks. Yes, it is CryptoPunks, $1.775 million. Sonium Sandland, yeah. So you can see how CryptoPunks really has the dominance there. Moving on to this article from Cointelegraph. So I think this is very, very important because I talk a lot about having stable coins at the ready for any allocation, any project, or really like you can think about it as any investment sector. You just have in crypto it's stable coins, but in any other investment sector it's just liquid capital, right? So it's anything that is liquid that you're able to allocate to that project to go in and out at a moment's notice. Beautiful thing in crypto is you can do this within seconds. Some other asset classes it takes a little bit longer, especially something like real estate. But it's good to hear that Tether's reserves are fully backed, and yeah. So this is the thing: is with all of this, it is semi speculation. The more good news about this, the better. But again, guys, you don't always know because they are kind of a DAO, the thing that runs Tether. Um, like Brock Pierce is the one that started it, and yeah, there's some controversy there, but according to the latest assurance opinions, that's kind of what this article is about. So you take that as you will. But again, I think the more better news around it, the better. I personally think it's better than just holding the physical U.S. dollar. The physical U.S. dollar is being devalued over time. It's literally a paper that doesn't have any true intrinsic value, except that someone else will give you goods or services for it, which is a good value. But if you contrast that with something that you can't lose, you can't physically lose at least, a stable coin, and it keeps its value pretty much pegged. Okay, so a Cayman Island-based accounting network has affirmed that the Tether Holdings Limited USDT's stablecoin tokens are fully backed by its reserves. In the latest report signed March 31st and released Tuesday, More Cayman confirmed that Tether's consolidated assets exceeds its liabilities. So that is good to see. When you're looking at something, any company, you want to see the assets exceed the liabilities, right? You kind of understand that. If you look at the Federal Reserve's balance sheet, this is not the case. They have crazy way more liabilities than they have assets. This is just the fact of the matter, sadly. So the independent evaluation found that Tether's total consolidated assets were valued at around $41 billion. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Total liabilities amounted around 40.8. Yeah, okay. So liabilities in this case would be the Tether tokens actually issued. So this makes sense. So it's actually backed 1-to-1. Whereas again, like the Federal Reserve, where the money printers are, you have the Federal Reserve and the Treasury. I talked about that in a recent video called it's called like yield curve control. Federal Reserve, broad money versus base money. Go check that out. It's really important on macroeconomics. I basically break all these things down with the Treasury, the Reserve, inflation, deflation, stagflation, what's been going on in kind of the capital markets, and why it's important for any market, not just crypto, not just commodities, not just stocks, not just bonds, not just real estate, but all asset classes and emerging markets especially. Okay. So we can move on from there. Hear from Coinbase at this summit. Mark Cuban, Edward Snowden, the Ethereal Summit. This is from my memory. This has been going on since the last bull run, if I remember correctly. Now I might be wrong, but let's see. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. All these organizations that will be there. So Chainlink, Filecoin, Aave, Compound, FTX, Nifty Gateway, and Zora. The only one I'm not too familiar with there is Zora. Let me know in the comments if you know what Zora is. I know I've heard the name, but I wouldn't be able to say off the top of my head what they do exactly. So the Ethereal Summit, a staple in the crypto community since 2017, returns to your computer screens in 1 week. The 2021 Virtual Summit, powered by Decrypt, will run on May 6th and 7th. That features an all-star lineup of builders, developers, influencers, executives, artists, and entrepreneurs who will chat at every corner of the decentralized web, from Ethereum 2.0 to decentralized finance, investing, staking, the NFT boom, to privacy coins and utility tokens, to institutional Bitcoin investment. Okay, guys. So in my opinion, I might try and attend this. I do have to say, I was planning. I've spent about 3 months here in Turkey. I'm back in Istanbul. The reason I'm back in Istanbul, I was planning to go to kind of Armenia, Georgia, and Ukraine, which I still eventually will. Is sadly there was a death in the family, so I'm gonna fly back. I had kind of like a last minute flight booked. I got the fastest flight, basically to the United States to make it back for the funeral, see some family, and then shoot back over. Some other country. Honestly, I don't even know. I might be going to Indonesia. I might be going to Georgia. I might be going to Ukraine. But yeah, the point is, while I'm in the United States, I might try and attend this virtually. But it's going to be a quick turnaround with flying in internationally, having to deal with all the surveys of sickness regulations, and then attend the funeral, spend some time with family, fly back. So if any of you guys attend it, it would be awesome to hear what you guys think. But I always recommend using conferences, using this to kind of motivate you and push you forward, because you're surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, and yeah, so pretty awesome. So you can actually register free to claim your NFT ticket and digital attendee badge the crypto event season. So I might just register. I recommend you guys do this. Again, I will have all these articles linked, as always, down below in the description. So these three altcoins up about 47%. Venus XVS, crazy, ranked 96. $1 billion market cap. We've been covering this since it was, I think, around like $200 million market cap. 32% circulating the max supply, with around 9.6 million XVS tokens circulating. Let's see what's going on here in the charts. If it'll load for us, 1 second. Little sip of water. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, it doesn't want to load for us. It looks like that's all good. We can move on to Mdex. It's important to keep in mind that that's I personally think that should be around a $3 to $4 billion market cap project. Just from what they're doing, it's absolutely incredible. We've talked about that many other times. Mdex is one that I'm not more familiar with. I have not covered on this channel. It's right around $653 million market cap. Fully diluted is about 3.4 billion. Daily volume is actually very nice, around $500 million in daily volume. Honestly, guys, daily volume, in my opinion, is really, to be quite honest, it's more important than percentage change in the daily. I think volume and market cap are much more important. So, $3.41 is at 24.23, because the people get so caught up in the price. It's like, oh, I can't afford a Bitcoin. Well, that's the beautiful thing about crypto, is there's fractions. You can own fractions of something. So yeah, this kind of cognitive fallacy that just because something's expensive in an asset class, you can't own it. Well, that's a beautiful thing about fractional ownership. Yeah, it basically creates for a situation where you have exposure to this. Now, if you want full ownership, that's a whole other thing. That's for another conversation. But it all depends on what you're optimizing for. Like if you're optimizing for the maximum amount of gains, you don't necessarily need a full ownership of one individual thing. You can, as long as you have exposure to it and good diversification, you should be okay. But if if you just kind of fall behind and you're like, okay, the end game goal is to own one whatever, like wifey token, let's say, and it's like it's actually pretty high in price. It's again kind of this cognitive fallacy. You can own a fraction of it. Okay. So, and you can really manipulate the price of any currency just by circulating to max supply when you first release the project. Obviously, if you do it midway through, people are going to realize and get out of the project. But when you release a project, let's just say the max cap is 10 tokens. Well, those tokens are going to be worth a lot more if someone puts out 1 trillion tokens. You get my point? So this is one of these projects that had this nice run up here kind of earlier in February. and has just been consolidating back down. Let me know what you think about Mdex in the comments. Moving on to Coti, one we've talked a lot about, still very undervalued. Could easily do a 4x from here, in my opinion. So putting us around what, like a dollar, yeah, right around $1.20, $1.30. Fully diluted is around 800 million. Let's see, yeah. So this one consolidated a little bit. I think I was able to buy this dip if I remember correctly. Honestly, it's been so fast. April's just been such a crazy month with all this rapid fire traveling. Typically, I like to spend just a month in one spot, in wherever I'm at. Like in Turkey, for example, I spent, well, in this case, 2 months in Istanbul, and now I'm back here. But pretty much the full month of April was just rapid fire travel, driving around. I had like a car with me, and I just literally drove around like all these interesting parts of Turkey, saw all these crazy cool things, dealt with crazy Turkish traffic, and now I'm back here. So, anyways, that's all for today's Daily DeFi. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, button all. Invest Global. Let me know what you want to see in tomorrow's Daily DeFi episode down below in the comments. And until next time. Dope like Pablo. Hasta luego.